So you have learned how to create and view indexes. Now, if the column you want to create an index on is a string column, like a char, varchar, text, or blob, our index may consume a lot of disk space and it won't perform well. Smaller indexes are better because they can fit in memory, and this makes our searches faster. So when indexing string columns, we don't want to include the entire column in the index. We only want to include the first few characters or the prefix of the column, so our index will be smaller. Let me show you. Let's say we want to create an index on the last name column in the customers table. So create index IDX underline last name on customers on the last name column. Now, because the last name column is a string column, here in parentheses, we can specify the number of characters we want to include in the index. This is optional for char and varchar columns, but is compulsory for text and blob columns. So here, let's say we want to include only the first 20 characters in the index. Now we have a prefix index. You might be wondering why I chose 20 here. Is it a magic number or a best practice? Not really. To find the optimal number, we have to look at our data. We want to include enough characters that can uniquely identify each customer. For example, if we include only one character, we'll have a lot of customers whose last names start with A or B or C. This is not a good index because it doesn't allow MySQL to quickly find a customer by their last name. The index may return 100,000 customers whose last names start with A. Then MySQL has to go through all these 100,000 customers to find someone with a given last name. So let me show you how to find the optimal prefix length. First, let's get the number of records in this table. So select count of everything from the customers table. We have 1,010 records. Now let's try a few different prefix lengths and see how many unique values we get. For example, let's get the first character of our customers' last names. So we type left of last name, and we only want to get one character. Now this will return a lot of duplicate values like A, B, 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 and so on. So we apply the distinct keyword to see how many unique values we get. Take a look. So we have 25 unique values. Our goal here should be to maximize the number of unique values in our index. So let's try a few different lengths. I'm going to put this on a new line so we can compare them side by side. Let's put from here as well. Now, let's duplicate this line and try a different prefix. Let's say the first 5 characters. With this, we get 966 unique values. This is pretty good since we have 1,010 records in this table. What if we include the first 10 characters? So 10. All right, we see a very small improvement. So we only have 30 more unique values compared to prefix length of 5. So we are including twice as many characters, but we see a very small improvement. So in this case, 5 is the optimal prefix length. By including only the first 5 characters, we can uniquely identify most of the last names in this table. Next, I'm going to talk about a very special and powerful type of index called a full text index.